For as long as I can remember, they've been telling us to enjoy it while they're young, but our days are filled with chaos and stress and cooking and endless laundry piles. Where's the time to enjoy it? Yeah, that's what I always thought too. There's so much I have to do. When do I find time for peace and joy and happiness when I barely have time to sleep? Mama, it's time to make shift happen. You can be a happy mom. If I can, you can. Trust me. I've been a mess, I've been depressed, I've been overwhelmed, I've been to the bottom of the pits, and I've risen, I've grown, I've bloomed, and it all started when I realized I didn't have to anything. I get to. It is my privilege and my honor and my divine responsibility to be the queen of my home. It's not a burden. I'm not a burden. I'm in charge. I'm the ruler. I'm the chaos coordinator. I'm the calm in the storm, and so are you. Come with me. Let's rise, mamas. Adjust your crown, accept your responsibility, change the effing world together. It's all in the way we choose to see it. I'm so glad you're here, friend. You're listening to Meant to Bloom with Brittany Clarkson. Hello, my friend. Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, to-do list. Let's jump right into this one. I want to try to keep this short and sweet. Let's see how quick I can power through all these facts and details and how-tos and all of the things, okay? No one likes a to-do list, right? Do you like your to-do list? Does it make you feel good to look at it? Like, do you have a to-do list right now, or is it just a mental overload of too many bouncy ball thoughts and ideas bouncing around all at one time, trying to remember it all without forgetting it? Okay? How do you feel about your to-do list? It sucks, right? I've never met anyone who's like, I love my to-do list. I complete it every day and then create a whole new one. And I do all of the, I've never met that person. So if that's you, can you just like email me and be like, hey, I'm that person? But as far as I know, no one feels good about their to-do list like every day. I never did. Okay. I hated my to-do list. It was a doom list, to be honest. There was no hope of actually completing the list. There was no hope of actually feeling good about myself when this list was in my life. So I got rid of it. I ditched my to-do list, and I have kept maybe 3 or 4 like to-do lists throughout the last year total. 3 or 4. And they weren't ones that I went back to every day trying to get through. I mean, like one day I was like, I'm going to do a lot of things today. I'm going to shoot for the moon and do the most I can. And I put like 20 things on that list. I'm like, these are the things that should be focused on. And after that day ended, I threw it away. Like whatever wasn't done, I was like, whatever, I'll get to it when I get to it. And that was so much better for my mental health and so much better for my productivity than holding on to a to-do list and constantly scratching things out and just feeling like defeated that it's ongoing because you continue to add more things to it. And it's such a mess. It made my mental health a mess. It was not fun. Not a fun time in my life when I was just living life to complete tasks on a to-do list. That sucked. Okay. So here's how I got okay, finally, with limiting my tasks. Okay. I always heard that like all the productivity experts are like, pick 3 things and that's it. Just prioritize 3 things and don't try to do more than that. And I always felt like that's really hard to do because I'm looking at a list of, 30 odd tasks, and I'm supposed to just pick 3 and then be content when those 3 are done, knowing that all of these other ones are still looming and undone and unfinished. That stressed me out to try to follow that advice. So I'm going to show you how to follow that advice, like without being stressed and, absolutely. Yes, we're going to get into that. That's coming up. But there's this study that I heard that I can't seem to find it again. I'm finding all sorts of really interesting information about men and women and to-do lists and tasks and all these types of things. But this one study that I had heard of said that the average man puts 6 items on his to-do list, and he completes 6 items on his to-do list, which leads him to feel really great about himself, right? And the average woman puts how many things on her to-do list? 26. The average woman puts 26 things on her to-do list. She then achieves 6 of them and feels defeated, unaccomplished, like she failed the day. Even though men and women are doing the same amount of tasks, women are shooting to do more. And we are not doing more because we have unrealistic expectations of ourselves. And then it leads us to feeling not so great about ourselves. That is what I want to put an end to, that feeling not so great about yourself, because you do enough. So I want you to aim to do less than you're aiming to do. Don't aim to do less than you're already doing. Aim to do less than you're planning to do. That is the goal of today. So I want you to take your entire to-do list. All right? If you need to take a moment, pause this and do a brain dump of just all the things you're thinking in your brain right now because you don't have a written formal to-do list yet, write it down. Get every single thought out of the things that you want to do. Okay? Now take that to-do list now. This is how we're going to complete the whole to-do list pretty much today. All right? Here's how you're going to get rid of that to-do list today and make sure that things are not falling through the cracks. All right? Because again, productivity experts, mental health experts tell us to aim to do 3 things a day. All right? Keep that number in mind. It's the 3 things. And we're going to prioritize only 3 things a day. And you're going to feel good about it. And you're going to feel accomplished about it. And you're not going to feel like there's 1,000 other tasks still pending that you need to feel bad about because they are going to be planned for. Okay? Now, if you need to go and download, I want to invite you to download my free Stress Less Toolkit. Okay? Inside this Stress Less Toolkit, I have for you a priority matrix and a nice, beautiful little blank sheet of paper to brain dump onto as well so that you can see these things side by side if you need to. There's also some really great like anti-anxiety tools and some affirmations in there, to help you stress less and feel great. But today, the portion of the Stress Less Toolkit that I want to focus on is your to-do list, creating this priority matrix. We're going to do that. So go ahead, put your whole to-do list down on paper, brain dump if you need to. And then let's plug it into this priority matrix, okay? If you're not familiar with a priority matrix, it's a sheet of paper divided into 4 quadrants to determine each task's importance and urgency. Okay, this is something that was used by Dwight D. Eisenhower, the president who, arranged for our entire interstate to be created. All right, that was a big project, big deal. He oversaw that and he used a priority matrix. So I think, if it can get those big projects done for, a president of the United States, I think it's good enough for me. It's worked for me so far for the last few years, and I am totally on board with using a priority matrix. So take your to-do list and you're going to look at every single task one at a time and move it onto your priority matrix, determined by importance and urgency. Okay, so how this works is the first quadrant in the top corner is for important and urgent. Okay, so if a task is both important and urgent, it's something you need to do and you need to do it soon, it's going to go in that top left quadrant. Did I say left the first time I said that? Top left. Okay, then we're going to move to the top right quadrant. All right, this corner is going to be for the not important but urgent. Things that need to get done soon, but they're not really that important to do. Maybe they're things you don't have to do yourself, right? Put all the tasks over to that one that belong there. And now the bottom left quadrant is going to be for things that are important but not urgent. These are things that need to get done but not soon. There's no, strict deadline on these things. All right. And then your last bottom right is going to be for not important and not urgent. Okay. Things that don't really need to be done by you and things that definitely don't need to be done soon. They go over there. Okay. Now here's what we do now that you have that priority matrix done. Okay. Get all your tasks plugged in where they belong. That bottom right corner, the not important, not urgent. Why are you trying to do those things? You just told me they're not important and they're not urgent. Cross all of those off. You're not going to do those. Get rid of them. Delete that quadrant. Okay? So next we want to move up to the not important but urgent. Things that need to get done soon, but not by you. Okay? Those things, I want you to delegate those. All right, this is your top right corner. Find someone else to do those, hire someone to do those, assign it to your kids, your husband, pass on the responsibility to someone else in whatever group it belongs in. You don't have to do those things because they are not important. Okay, so if they're going to get done, let them get done by someone else. If they're going to get done, let them be done by someone else. Okay, so now let's move down to important but not urgent. Things that you need to do, but there's no strict deadline. I want you to get a Post-it note and I want you to copy that whole list onto a Post-it note and then take it to your daily planner and go 2 weeks from today and put the Post-it note there so that you don't think about those things for now. They're on hold. 2 weeks from now, you're going to see them and then you're going to decide when you're going to do them. You're going to take care of them later because there is no deadline. Okay, so now you're left with the important, urgent, your top left corner. These are the things that you need to do and you need to do them soon. Get out your planner and plug those in. Decide no more than 3 things per day, what you're going to get done each day. And now your to-do list is done. It is such a simple thing to do. And every single time you start to come up with a to-do list, go through this again. Put it all in the priority matrix. Decide really what needs to go, what needs to stay, when things need to get done. And then schedule out for yourself to do them. Arrange for someone else to do them, whatever they belong to. Okay, so I mentioned the 3 things trick, where you limit what you do per day to only 3 priority tasks. There are so many benefits to this. You can just go Google it. Like if you just Google the term 3 tasks per day limit, it's going to come up with so many different articles from psychology and productivity and business articles and things like that. Go ahead and Google that and find out why you need to be doing this. What it's going to do is it's going to reduce your overwhelm by not having too many things to do per day. It's going to set your task list as something realistic so that you can actually complete it and feel awesome about yourself because you're not tied to your worth, but I know you're tying your value to your worth because that's just the habit that we follow. And it's going to help you focus deeper on those tasks that you're doing and commit more time, more energy, more quality to the things that you are doing each day. All the things that I teach about that I'm so adamant about, so excited about, such an advocate for, all the things that help with your mental health, your productivity, placing your value where it belongs, your personal growth, your just feeling good about your life, all of those things are founding practices that are put into my Everyday Joy planners. And that's why I'm so excited to share these with you. Okay, there's a link in my bio or a link in the description to go and view the entire collection on Amazon. I really think you would benefit from using one. If you've been following me for a while, if you're really into this ditching your to-do list, you're really into using affirmations, living life by intention, get the daily planner. It's really going to make a difference. I use it every day, and I can tell when I take a break from using the daily planner, I can tell that I'm really missing something. And that when I have that daily planner, it really helps keep me mentally in check with practicing gratitude and speaking kindly to myself and really focusing on the good and the positive while keeping organized and not forgetting the tasks I need to do and keeping my goals right there in my view every day. It's really full of some very powerful practices. So check that out. I love you so much, my friend. Use that priority matrix. Get the Stress Less Toolkit. That is free download for you, and it's got a priority matrix set up in there for you and so many other little goodies in there to help you stress less. So go ahead and download that. If you're listening on Spotify and there's no clickable links or another platform with no clickable links, you can go to brittanyclarkson.com/stress less, and you will find the toolkit there as well. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I love you so, so much. Don't forget, you can always reach out. Let me know your takeaways. Let me know whatever. Like, connect with me. I love it. Love it when you guys reach out to me. Also, there is a virtual tip jar. It's no longer my Venmo address. It's now a legit virtual tip jar that you can use. Consider me your barista that just gave you really great advice for the day, who really just gave you some encouragement and motivation. You don't have to use it, but I'm letting you know it's there if you're the tipping type. All right. I love you so much, friend. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.